Welcome back to the Marquee Media Studio with Mark Haney, igniting the entrepreneurial revolution with the HaneyBiz Project.
Welcome back to the HaneyBiz Project, brought to you courtesy of Hub International and Legion AVS. I'm Mark Haney, and today I have the privilege of bringing on Brian Holmes, franchise owner of Liberty Tax, 19 locations, but you're much more than that. You have Pilates and all kinds of stuff, right? Give us an overview, Brian, of your businesses, and then we'll get to know you personally, too.
Sure. So, Mark, I currently own only 5 Liberty Tax Service stores. I sold off the majority of them in late 2016.
Okay.
I can definitely tell you the backstory on that. But
Love it.
And right now in the Sacramento area, I have 3 Club Pilates studios. So one in Folsom, Elk Grove, and then Sacramento. And I own regional development for a concept called Honest One Auto Care for Northern California.
Wow. Now, how do you divide up your time? There's a lot of activity going on there. Plus, you and I are on the board of Sacramento's Entrepreneurs Organization. How does Brian Holmes divide up this time?
I spend a lot of time building my team. So day-to-day responsibility at this point is delegated over to, a really talented team that runs the business for the most part. You would think I would be really busy, but
You've got
I'm
extra
surprisingly
time.
not. Yeah.
What's the team look like?
So in the Liberty Tax Service business, I have a district manager that runs all my stores in Bakersfield and Fresno.
Okay.
So she handles everything day to day. When it needs to, it gets escalated up to me.
Yes.
The Club Pilates business, my wife is heavily involved in.
Okay.
And we have general managers for each location that handle day-to-day activity.
So you've had some exits similar to Tom as well. So you've had these exits. You're not quitting though. You're continuing to press. What inspires you today to continue to press on? Yeah.
So that kind of ties to my Liberty Tax Service story. So over 10 years, I built that business. I started out with 1 location in 2006. Great timing, right?
Uh-huh.
And from there, built it up over the 10 years to 19. In 2016, I found out that we were going to be having twin boys. And we were working all of the hours. And I'm like, all right, how were we going to make that work and run this business? So we decided to sell off a big chunk of it and focus on take a little step back, relax a little bit. So last year we decided to open 3 Club Pilates in 10 months.
But your twin boys are not very old yet.
Yeah, they're 2.
They're 2 years old, so everything's calmed down enough where everybody can go back and dive back in. It doesn't. I would think at 2. They say the terrible 2 is probably not your kids, but
they're terrible.
It's a handful at 2 years old. How do you and your wife juggle such an amazing set of opportunities?
I think it's surrounding yourself by great people and empowering them to do their job.
Yes.
That's one of the biggest lessons I learned in my development of Liberty Tax Service business is hire great people, let them do the job.
Okay, well, let's talk about business a little bit. Most of us in business, we run into big challenges, and there's a turning point we overcome. Do you ever have any major challenges? What's the biggest things that you've had to face and figure out a way to overcome?
Yeah, I've actually built the tax business twice.
Okay.
So early on in my career, I started out by myself as, single franchise owner, built that organization over a couple years, and then I took on a partner. With that partner, we built up to 12 locations over about 3 or 4 years. It was a really horrible partnership. Had a divorce, I guess. If anybody's been through a partnership breakup in a business, it's a little bit like a divorce. And I went from I think at that time, 14 stores back to 7. And basically had to really rebuild. Built it back up to 19.
That's cool. Well, congratulations on figuring out a way to do that. A lot of us, these certain things can kind of knock you all the way down, and not everybody can get back up. Where did that philosophy of perseverance come from?
In retrospect, I kind of look at it and I just don't think I understand how to quit. Because there was a lot of points, if I would logically graph it all out, I'd be like, okay, the pros and the cons don't really align here. I should just hang it up. But I could just never get myself to not think that tomorrow was going to work out. And so I kept grinding.
So you grew up where? You didn't grow up here in Sacramento.
Yeah, I'm an Illinois native.
Right.
So I was born on a little cow town, grew up between a town of 300 and a town of 600.
Wow.
32 kids in my graduating class.
And what do you think about being in the big city of Sacramento?
I love it. I love Sacramento. So I lived in Bakersfield for 10, 12 years. I'd never been to California
That'll
before.
make you love Sacramento.
Yeah, I'd
too,
never been
huh?
to California before. And my buddy's like, hey, come out to California.
Yeah.
Bakersfield's amazing.
Yeah.
And I got there and I'm like, okay,
Okay.
all right. And then I left. So I love Sacramento. I mean, I think it's just one of the most underrated, markets that there is. The people are amazing. People are really smart. So it's a great place to build a business.
So what's your plan now with your business? Are you thinking growth, stay the same? What's the plan moving forward?
That's kind of a daily conversation in our house. What does the future look like? What are the priorities? What do we really want to, accomplish as a family? Right now, I'm kind of enjoying some time with my boys, and I say that.
Yes.
But give it a month.
Well,
see
we
where we're at.
always ask on the show, are you hanging or are you banging? When you're hanging, like right now we're hanging. This is kind of almost like downtime. We're having a conversation among friends, and I know that you love to spend time with your kids and your wife. But so what's hanging look like to you beyond this? But then what's banging? Like when you're at your very best, opportunity, is that EO? Is that the tax business? Is that Pilates? Is that something else?
Yeah. So I right now I'm banging.
Okay.
Full out. Like I'm launching a new business in the middle of May around the franchise industry, franchise coaching and consulting, and in the social media space.
Nice.
So right now, every day, banging on that project.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'm really excited about it.
You're a
It's gonna
guy
be
that
lot of
likes
fun.
to start stuff, right?
I am.
You
I am.
like
So
you
yeah,
launch
so,
ideas.
Yeah, for me, it's when passion and opportunity align.
Okay.
That's when I'm 100% in. I day to day, the grind of the business is probably not my favorite piece.
Well, you said social media, right? So a lot of people want to use social media to make themselves famous, and I've wrestled with this idea of do you seem too egotistical with the radio show or even any kind of marketing effort that's really to go get yourself known out there while still maintaining some sort of humble demeanor or humble personality?
Yeah, I've always been the behind the scenes guy. So since I had my first and second tax office, I always wanted to not be known. I didn't want to be known as the guy. I just wanted to, run the business and keep to myself. As kind of taking a little piece out of your book, I think that today, getting out there, putting your name out there, the things you've accomplished, the things that you've done, and telling other people about it is a part of the journey. And I always had people I looked up to, and everybody needs that. And so if I can be one of those people that can help someone aspire to grind it out, then and know that the struggle is part of it.
Well, who have you looked up to? You said that some people have inspired you. Who would that be?
I was really lucky when I got into the Liberty Tax Service business to surround myself with top performers, people who had already accomplished the things that I wanted to accomplish. And I was the little brother that just always called, always text, always emailed. Didn't matter whether you responded to me or not. I was going to get the information and develop the relationship. And that was a lot of what helped me get to the next level in that business.
Well, I think a lot of us get that through storytelling. As we listen to your story today, we're inspired, we feel connected. We're obviously getting an education a little bit about franchising, but just thinking about who you inspire. Any advice to entrepreneurs out there who are in your earlier shoes about maybe there's even a shyness or a part of them that's a little bit reserved? How do you reach out to get help from somebody who's had such accomplishments?
Pick up the phone. Yeah. Send an email. Ask as many people as you can. If you have one guy you want to talk to, try and find 10, and that way you'll make that connection. They'll take the time. And someone will.
Are you open to obviously in EO we in the Entrepreneurs Organization? That's what it's about. We're helping one another. It's peer-to-peer stuff, but we also have this attitude of helping our community and helping the next person in line. If somebody wanted to reach out to you, is that something you're still open to helping the next person?
I love to help people. That's one of the reasons we're starting the franchise coaching business, is because it's so fulfilling to take someone and really help them get their business where they want it to be.
I want you to stick around, Brian. I want to thank you for sharing your story. We're going to get more of your story, more about what's happening in the Entrepreneurs Organization of Sacramento. Tom Candress is going to rejoin us, and we're going to be sharing the EO story. We're going to take a little bit of today and try to make the Entrepreneurs Organization of Sacramento just a little bit more famous. When we return, be joined by Tom Candress and Brian Holmes. Join the revolution at HaneyBiz.com, courtesy of Chicago Fire and Apex Appraisal Services. This is the HaneyBiz Project.